Hi guys, my name is Sissy Vicky and you're welcome to my channel. Please, if this is your first time visiting my channel, please, I beg you to subscribe, share this video with your friend and also like. Today I'm here at Badagry and I'm here with Cornerstone.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. It's going to be my spokesman today. We're going to be moving around the slave trade center at Badagry. So I'm going to be showing everything around. So just stay tuned with me. Thank you.
And kept that people all over the world comes around here to view. And this is senator of the man that owned this company. If you get right to run about, you see that statue standing there. He finally standing there in 1902 for the replacement of Egbado, victim of war. Then Ichu was a victim. When he was Remileku, today, how comes Ifan Remileku be a Seriki Williams Abbas? And that era we have two categories of slave. We have domestic slave and field. The domestic work in their masters while the field work on the farm or on the plantation. So Abbas was the first one that owns Ifan Remileku as a slave. He made him a domestic slave. And later he sold him to another white man that used to come from Brazil that used to buy slave from him. William took him down to Brazil. He taught him how to read and write, which was illegal because slaves were made to work. They believe slaves were being given education. One day, he or she will rise up and fight for their right. So through Mr. William, he found him level to speak English, Dutch, and Spanish, and he could read and he could write as well. Later, I'm still going to take you to the museum and show you the handwriting of this man when he sold a piece of land to some cutters that is 16 pounds. So down in Brazil, while working for William, one day William called him as a young man, "Come, let me set you free, but on condition you work for me." And he agreed to work for the second one, William that set him free. When he found him left Brazil, he first settled down in Lagos Island. From Lagos Colony, he came down to the Setria. When he came here, it was the second one, Williams, that built this company in 1840. In 1895, he became the Seriki Musulumi of Badagry Kingdom. And up to today, the family were still the Seriki Musulumi of Badagry town. Because slaves bear their master's name, that's what they call him, Seriki Williams, about the name of the first owner, the second owner, and the title that he had. His own bad name, the father disappeared because they have no name, they bear their master's name. Now, when the European came to Africa, these were some of the products that they used in exchange for the slave. One umbrella go for 40 slaves, a bottle of gin go for 10 slaves, the long cannon gun 100 slaves, the short one 40 slaves, a gun go for 40 slaves, a ceramic bowl go for 10 slaves, mirror and the beads, there's what you call bargain power. You negotiate with the European. When he became the Seriki Musulumi, the kettle was given to him by the European and the bride is to the company of being established. It's one of our monuments. Now let's go and see the two room where 40 slaves were being kept in those days.
Now we're heading to where the 40 slaves have been kept in those days. And my spokesman today is Cornerstone. So let's go.
Level 6, I told you that he could read and he could write. We made a photocopy of his handwriting here. When he sold a piece of land to some cutters at the rate of 16 pounds in the year 12 to 1916. And this is him and the Brazilian that are doing the trade. And most of the slaves taken from this compound were taken to Brazil. And majority of them were Yoruba origin. That's why we call the compound Brazilian Barrack.
So most of the slaves are from the Yoruba part of Nigeria.
Yeah, the slave be taken from this compound were taken to Brazil.
Okay.
And that's why we call the compound Brazilian Barrack. Like in Brazil, they worship Shango, they call it Sango. Okay. Yalakara, they call it Yalakara. Eshu, they call it Ezu. You can see the similar. They have the way they are. That's to tell you that they are Yorubas origin that be taken to Brazil. That's why we call the compound Brazilian Barrack. And with the little education that Ifá Remileku had, this man was ruling from here up to Ilaro and Orile Igomu of them. And these were the council of members that they were ruling them.
Councils of members
they were ruling them.
Right.
Okay. Look at this umbrella, this very umbrella that the slave guys here was carried on the head of the chiefs here. This only surviving umbrella. I think this umbrella should be about 25 to 30 kg.
So this umbrella is how old?
Well, actually, we don't have the record.
Okay.
Okay. So this umbrella today is over because in the 1895, when he became the political head of this kingdom, the same umbrella the slave was carried on the head of. So we don't really have the record of the umbrella. Yeah. Okay. And as heavy as it is, just one man have to carry it on the head of the chiefs. If the umbrella mistakenly draw from the hand of the slave, they'll beheaded the slave instantly. And the question is, do you think this worth 40 human beings?
This is just an umbrella. Oh my God, I can't even lift it.
Do you think it's worth 40?
No.
That's to tell the kind of leaders Africa have been bringing. I used to tell people that comes around here that most of our leaders were so greedy. How
Yes.
could they exchange 40 human beings
For just
with this
this.
ordinary umbrella? That is say it does not start today, right from the cradle of Africa, that we started manipulating.
Umbrella we see here was exchanged with 40 human
40
beings.
human beings, yeah.
So this thing, corruption and greedy, has been from time to time.
Yeah.
And how can you, as this thing is very heavy, I can't even lift it up. How can you expect one person to carry this thing? And you're expecting one person to carry this thing, and if the thing should fall, the person will be beheaded,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
Oh, this
Because
is-
it's an
this is-
insult. They used to join two slaves together, as you can see in the drawing here. And because this thing was made of iron, he used to put wounds around their ankle. Okay, because they were slaves, the next day they're still going to put it on their wounded leg. And because slaves were very referred to property, and they believe you can do anything you like to your property. Then let's see another chain. This chain, we call it waist chain. It's
Waist
for one
chain.
slave. Yeah, they used to put it around the waist of a stubborn slave so that it will calm the slave down, so that it will not be so aggressive fighting other slave or those who want to buy him. Look at the picture of the slave in the middle here. You notice that the chain being tied around the waist. That's
So
the waist
this is the slave, and the chain, that every chain is being tied around them for the aggressive slaves.
Yeah.
This is I don't know what to say. I'm shocked. I feel like crying. Okay.
chain.
My name is Victoria Sissy
Victoria,
Vicky. Sissy
okay.
Vicky, please.
Like, do you know that name being given to me, Victoria? I can't trace your root with that name. You see, we Africans, our name tells story, historic or directory. Through your name, I can say you are from so place. I'm not saying anything wrong with your name, even though my own name, Cornerstone, you can't trace my root with that. But my sister, if I tell you that I'm Kofi, where do you think I come from?
You are from Ghana.
You can see how powerful our name is. Our name is third directory. See, most of diaspora blacks, those American, all over, when they come down here, while we are taking them around, we see them dropping tears. Why do they drop tears? Because they know that they were African and they want to repatriate to their mother's land, but they find it difficult to come back because the identity have been taken away from them. And I used to tell people that comes around how I wish the European or the American retain their forefathers' name. Would have been easier for them to repatriate back to their roots.
So
You understand? What's your native name again?
My native name is Ejo Okogene.
That to say you are from the Delta side.
Yes,
You can
of
see. So our
Nigeria.
name tells story. So
Yes.
I said, please, let's give our children our
A
name.
native
We
name.
can still bear our name and be a Christian, Muslim, or anything that you want to be. It does not change anything. So now, if I'm Victoria slave, look at this item number 7. They put it inside the fire. When the heat is very well in the funnel, they bring it out to write Victoria on my chest or on my back. We call it branding. Because slave kept here were owned by different owners. For identification, you have to brand your slave with red hot iron. Then the second function of this iron, there's some slave, we call them runaway slave. Today run, tomorrow run, the master will say that you bring the slave, and one of the slaves will be out, and this iron drilling bit will be put in between here, and they will drill it down. Once then they force the leg open, and there will be tears, or they use a cutlass or an axe and chop up the toes of the slave, so that the slave will not be able to escape or not run again. If you watch the thing called The Root by Alessandro Kinta Kinte by name, similar to happened to the guy in the movie. You know, the guy African name was Kinta Kinte. The master that owns him name was Toby. They tried to give him to the guy said, no, I'm Kinta Kinte. I'm from Africa. He started describing where he comes from. You understand? And either 7 or 8 generations of Alex Ali traced their root from United States to America down to Gambia, where the guy was captured as a slave. Please, there's nothing wrong with our name.
Native name.
Then this one, there's what we call Gallo. When we get to the second slave cell, I will tell you how they used to lynch the slave with this iron bar on a gallows. These two used to be the battle of chariot. That thing was normally pulled, owned by this man called Seriki William Abba. Now we are going to see the small room where 40 human beings we are being.
Actually dark in here, so we have a lot of things here though.
Yeah.
So okay.
So you're welcome. So look out there, look at that small window, that triangular shaped window.
The window over
That's
there.
where ventilation comes in the air.
Okay.
And 40 of them will be here for 3 to 4 months. This is where the wee and popo then. So we don't know how they do the cleaning. Maybe every day, a week, a month, we don't know. But 40 must be here and they do everything here. The reason why they will not allow them to go out to do toilet is that because if they allow slaves to go to toilet, because they do it inside bush, then they might run away.
Yes.
So they will do everything here
Yeah.
and they will stay in for 3 to 4 months. Imagine the odor, the heat Imagine mosquito bite, and imagine how many slaves will have died inside this compound. That's the reason why when people come, I used to tell them, you are not here to catch fun, but just to feel the pain the people of the past have felt. And each of these plates go for 10 human beings. It doesn't matter the size.
10
Once
human
European give
beings
you
for the
one,
plate.
they collect 10
This
slaves.
is strongly ignorant.
Yeah.
This
And
is
that bottle over
painful.
there, if you look closely at the body of the bottle, we see 1873. The bottle is from Vienna, Austria. That's 10 human beings. And these are some of the currency.
1873 for this bottle, highest medal winner.
Yeah. And these are some of the currency. We call it Owe, Yoruba call it Oweyo, that our forefather used in those days. And those records, they used to call the gramophone, but we didn't know how many slaves they used in exchange for that. When he became the Seriki Muslimi of Badagry Kingdom, this Brad Diggs was given to him by the Brazilian friend, and the catch was given to by the European friends that were doing the trade there. And over here, because he was a Muslim, if you want to make his prayer, this is where they kept his water for ablution, soap, and his drinking pot.
Okay, so this one is what?
For ablution, like
And soap.
Soup
And drinking
pot. Yeah.
Okay.
So the pot were originally made from Yoruba land. So from here, I'll be taking to the second slave cell. Let's see what you have in the second slave cell quickly.
Okay. We are out of where they keep the slaves, and we are going to the second slave cell. It's been I feel like crying. I mean, I don't know what to say. I feel like crying. I mean, keeping 40 people in this small room, it's nothing to talk about. So let's go.
By the European then. Okay, there's one governor known as Governor Williams, McGregor of Lagos Colony, then recognizing him as a ruler, then giving the staff of office as a sign of leadership. Then, and this clothing that we are just showcasing this clothing. Yeah, this clothing is over 200 years. We call it regalia. It was given to him by his Brazilian friend. They are doing the trade. You can see the same clothes that he wore in that black and white picture. And look at this picture there. That's the movement to the point of no return. We call it single file. They will be in a straight line, and the chain will be on their neck while they will move them to the point of no return. But later I'm still going to talk about the point of no return when we get out. Over there, we call this thing iron muzzle. They have the reason why they used to cover their mouth with iron muzzle. The European believe if the slaves were well fed, they have energy to stand against them. Or they believe they don't even understand their languages, so they are afraid that they might plan among themselves and revolt against their master, so they always cover their mouth with iron muzzle. But if the European don't want to use this, they used to pare the upper lips and lower lips and put padlock, so that the slave will not be able to chew their sugar cane. Then over here, these are called burnt bricks. All these bricks were being imported from Liverpool, England, then to build this company in the 1840s. Okay, and this is the house where Seriki Abbas resided them, but the building have collapsed in this company in 1995. That will be the last place I'll be showing you. The building was built in the 1847, and this is one of the doors of the building. And these doors are called killer's door, to trace any runaway slave, any slave that run. These are the doors to trace, so they make sure they bring them back to the plantation. And over here, any slave that refuse to accept the master's name will be tied on a pail. Along the some of them we have been struck to death. And if any slave should die, no case, because they are property, and you can do anything you like to your property. Yorubas call this clothing Ashoetu. It's over 200 years. Yeah, Ashoetu. It's over 200 years well owned by this man. And these some of the ancient pots where he kept most of his documents. We don't know how many slaves they use in 1840. Please come in.
So we're going inside. We're heading inside the room.
Yeah, another 40 will be here. Look at this chair. It used to be his realization chair. For someone to own this realization chair, for someone to own this late 18th century, show how wealthy he was in the slave business. Because that era, we Africans, we sat on the floor, on a mat, on a log, or on a bamboo chair. Imagine someone that owned this thing. And these are some of the old iron corrugated sheet, very heavy, that they use for the roofing. Then it's different from what we produce.
I can't even carry it.
We see some of this zinc on top of the. This man is popular among the Yorubas. They call him name Darosha. He still have houses and family there in Lagos Island as well as I'm talking. We call them Ritoni. When he puts up the slave trade, he traced a route back to Lagos Island. And he was so rich that if you want to dry clean his clothes, then he used to travel abroad to dry clean his clothes, then to show how rich. And there was this saying in Yoruba, like, if I get you a bottle of Coke and Gala, you still want me to buy pop-up. And I say, Ogbeniwa, you get somebody Darosha. So this is the Darosha they were referring to. And the picture below, these are some of the children of Seriki Williams Abbas, the man that owned this company. And over here, it got to some level, the slave cannot take it anymore. I think the one I remember took place in Haiti. The slaves in Haiti were led by a man called Toussaint, the righteous of Haiti, and they killed all the whites in Haiti, and Haiti got their independence. But later on, the French, the enslaved them came on, they should pay damages. We call it reparation. And they forced those black brother and sister to borrow from their bank. That's why Haiti were still poor up to date. And I should tell people that comes around them, what the hell African leaders were doing. We are the one who support to fight for reparation, not the American, not even the European. And this is how they used to hunt them on the gallows. And when some group, we call them Christian, humanitarian or abolitionists, put stop to the slave trade, the slave here were jubilating for freedom. And I should tell people there's nothing good as good to be a free man. This is the gallows that the chain that I show in the show glass.
Yeah.
They will tight it around the ribs of the man. Their hand will be at the back and they'll be hung on gallows. And they will be here dying gradually. They're just trying to instill in fear into others. Like, if you do this will happen to you. And they won't last.
This is the introduction space. We have a lot of things. We have the handlers, we have the bottles, the gym, we have a lot of things. We have the guns and everything. We have the mirror. And each of all these things are being exchanged with 40, 30, 20, 10 slaves. You can imagine how just one gin bottle, they're giving 20 human beings. I mean, healthy human beings for it. It's something I cannot take. Yes, the best. So this is actually everything. And you can see Seriki Abbas, the owner of this space. And you can see some of the stuff here. So this is actually the introduction. Yeah. Okay, guys. I think this is all for here. We'll be moving on to the next piece. Please, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please I beg you subscribe to my channel. And yes,